Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and I'm on my own this time. The wife and kids are home, still in school, and I'm traveling around all by myself, which can be great or it can be something you hate. And so today, that's what we have for you, is the 5 things you're going to love and hate about traveling by yourself or solo traveling. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. The first thing you're going to hate about traveling by yourself is you're by yourself. You get alone. You don't have anybody to share your stories with, share the experiences with. And sometimes when you're traveling around, you actually can get a little depressed. No matter how cool some of the sights are, the food is, or things like that, you are by yourself. You know, yesterday I was in Prague, and this Frank from Panama was there, and he's like, "Hey, you're Wolters from Wolters World." I'm like, "Yeah, nice to meet you." And so we're chatting a bit, and he's like, "Oh, where's the wife and kids?" And I said, "Oh, they're at home." He's like, "Oh," we chat. He's like, "Okay, I gotta go now. I'm gonna go to my girlfriend and my friends, and I'm there by myself with my kielbasa." Sad Marky. I'm like, oh, this sucks. So that's one of the things that does suck about going solo here, is you are on your own, okay? And it can get a little depressing and sad. But don't worry, I'm okay now. The second thing you're not going to like about traveling by yourself is it can be more expensive when you do travel solo. Because think about it, if I'm with my friends, I can split a room. We can get a triple and split the cost by 3, or a double and split the cost in half. If we go out to eat, we can split the food bill. If we go to the grocery store, we can save money that way. And also, sometimes there's group tickets that can get you a discount on public transport. So going by yourself, you miss out on all those things. So it can be much more expensive going on your own than going with some friends. The third thing you're not going to like about traveling by yourself when you go through Europe is it's really easy to get off track. Now, when you travel by yourself, you're like seeing all these things, you're go, 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 but after a while you get kind of tired and it becomes easy to sleep in, not get up and go see the museums, miss out on some of the sights because you don't have that that person pushing you to go see the stuff, and that can kind of take away from your experience because you'll see actually less things because your friend's not saying, "Hey, let's get up and go." You kind of can get lazy relatively quickly. The fourth thing you're not going to like traveling by yourself is it's not always the safest way to travel, because when you're on your own, well, first off, I mean, you're on your own. So the thieves and the thugs and stuff like that, they see a solo traveler, they say, "Oh, that's easy prey." They see you with 2 or 3 other people, they're not going to mess with you, okay? So one thing is your friends can help you protect you from the bad guys out there. Also, traveling with friends can help protect you from yourself. Hey, maybe you've had too many beers. Hey, I think you need to put some sunblock on. Hello, I wish my wife was here to tell me that now so I wouldn't be fried. Okay, so it can be a little less safe when you do that, when you do travel by yourself. Oh yeah, and one more thing that really sucks about traveling by yourself is I have this cool view behind me and all I get are selfie pictures because I don't have any buddies to take my pictures for me. So that kind of sucks up. So here's a little selfie montage from my latest trip without the family. Yes, lots of cool stuff, and then my head really close, or you can get my arm in there sometimes. So that's one thing you're not going to like about solo travel. All the damn selfies. Ugh. At least I don't do the duck face, I hope. So we're back in cloudy, sad-looking Vienna. But you know what? That doesn't matter that I'm in cloudy Vienna here by myself, because I'm traveling by myself and there's things that I love about it, no matter what you think. And the first thing you're going to love about traveling by yourself is the independence. You get to do what you want, when you want. No one's saying, "Oh, I want to go see this museum," when you don't want to go. That's one of the great things about it. You're free to do what you want to do. You know, we start off in Brno. Yeah, I literally saw that church and said, "Oh yeah, you know what, I should go there." And I'm not joking either. I saw that church from the train and I had to get off because, dude, that looks so cool. And right behind me, in this church here, they have a crypt where they have mummified bodies. Crazy. And that's because I was free and I could jump off the train whenever I wanted. So I could see a cool church and mummified bodies. Crazy. Crazy. Let's back to our list. And that's the thing, is you have this independence when you go travel on your own. So if you meet somebody or you do something, say, "Oh, that sounds kind of cool," you can break off. You're not breaking off. You're just stopping and taking your bag, hopping off the train, getting on a bus, going someplace else. You have that independence when you do travel solo that you don't get, obviously, when you're traveling with a group. The second thing you're going to love about traveling by yourself is you get to meet new people. I've met some fabulous people on my travels, you know, whether it's been in St. Petersburg or in Brazil or even here in Vienna. I've met some really great guys and women around the world, and we become really good friends. You know, a guy I met backpacking by myself in Brazil, now I go to Italy every year to go visit him because we're such good friends. You know, and you have this chance to meet new people, because what happens is if you travel with your friends, you only talk to your friends. That's all you ever hang out with. If you're by yourself, it forces you to meet new people, which means, you have a better chance of getting to know some locals and getting to work with them and play with them and do stuff with them. So you get to go and find out where the real places are versus just using your guidebook. The third thing you're gonna love about traveling by yourself in Europe or anywhere is you get to have you time. Okay, I know it's kind of related to the independence, but having the you time to say, you know what, I do want to take today off. You know what, today I'm just gonna go eat Greek food. You know, today I'm by myself. You know what I'm doing today? I'm just going around to see some of my favorite places. Here's the Karlskirche, St. Charles Church here in Vienna. When I used to study here, I used to come do my homework here. And so for me, it's like, going back to the good old days of seeing things. So I'm just chilling out, having me time. So you get to have you time when you are traveling by yourself, which is cool because you get to work on a lot of things. The fourth thing you love, and that goes with that independence, is you can change your plans at the drop of a hat. You know, like I said, I was going through Brno and I saw the church and said, that's really cool. I'm gonna go do that. Or you meet some of these people and they say, hey, you know, we're going to go to Switzerland this weekend. Oh, you know what? I will go with them because you're not tied down and you can switch things to the drop of the hat. I've known people that literally they're on the train and they're like standing by the door and they look out and they're like, sure, why not? And they literally like jump off the train. I remember one time this one guy, he didn't like the person he was traveling with. This will happen. Watch your thing, 5 things you love and hate about traveling with your buddies. He got tired of his buddy. So he's like on the train, he just got his backpack and he's like, his buddy's like, what you doing? Oh, nothing. And he's standing by the door and it's like a local train kind of thing. And he says, so the door opens up at the stop and he goes, bye. And he hops out, door closes. His buddy's like, what the hell's going on? It was fantastic. But if you travel by yourself, you can do those things at a drop of a hat, okay? And the fifth thing you really like about traveling by yourself is when you do come back and you can tell your stories to your friends. You know, they're like, oh, what'd you do? Oh yeah, I was backpacking through Europe by myself, or I was backpacking through the Middle East by myself, and people are very impressed, like, oh wow. You know, and you can tell these stories, so you kind of become the man when you go back home and people ask you all these questions. Hey, where should I go? What should I do? All kinds of stuff like that, all right? So those are things that I loved and hate about traveling by myself. I prefer actually traveling with friends and family versus by myself, but I've done it both ways and it's fantastic. I just prefer having my wife and kids around and my buddies around because then I get to share the stories. But hey, either way, as long as you're out there traveling, it's a fantastic thing. So if you want to learn more about traveling, safety tips for traveling by yourself or whatever, check us out at our website at woltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter and Facebook, and we really appreciate your likes and subscriptions. And if you have advice on things you love and hate about traveling by yourself, please leave it in the comment section below. Bye from Vienna, Austria. Tschüss.